Good morning. Good afternoon, really, for me. I haven't got a watch on. Just about to turn midday. My name's Charlotte. I do some vlogging. Welcome in and welcome back. I thought we'd do some vlogging today. It's the weekend and it's probably one of the worst weather days we've had in like months. It's been like torrentially pouring with rain all morning, like storming really, really badly. I'm so glad my vlog didn't involve really like going outside or anything today. Doug's in London for the day, so he's left me by myself, but it means I can get a few bits done that I was planning to get done. I thought I'd get up and ready, so I felt a bit more like I had a transition. Something about getting ready and like getting ready to do stuff. I want a cozy day in. There's a few bits I want to do around the flat that I've been meaning to get round to. It's kind of like a mini flat maintenance day, I guess. I've been like having a bit of a clean and like an organise over the last week or so, you know, just a few bits here and there. And there's just some bigger bits that I want to get done, like we've been saying we're going to do for ages. Not necessarily massive bits, but I think it's just going to be a nice day in. I know I just said that I'm not going out, but I have literally just had the realisation that I need to go to the post office before it closes at 2 because I have 2 dresses that I need to return. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to miss out on the date, and they're both rented dresses. So if I don't return them, I get charged full price, and they're both like £100 each. And I literally cannot afford that. So we've just had a lull in the rain. I was gonna use it as an excuse to go to the supermarket. You know me, I'm always at the fucking supermarket. I love cooking and eating too much. We got a food shop coming tomorrow and I'm still like, oh, what can I make today that's yummy? I've got food in. I was like, oh, maybe I can just find a reason to pop to the supermarket. I don't need to go to the supermarket, but I could actually do with some bread. I know what I'm having for lunch today, but I'm basically like trying to decide what I want to have for dinner. So these are what I'm returning. I wore this recently to a wedding. It's a floor length, one sleeve, pink maxi dress, really nice with like a long necktie. It's a little bit grubby at the bottom, but it's fine. I won't get penalised for that. This is from Pretty Lavish and I rented it. I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looked like on. This was my second choice because my first choice, which I'll show you now, just did not look nice on me. It's like a beautiful floor length. It's very, very blue. It looks like baby blue in the picture, which is why I was kind of like, And I do really well in vibrant colours, but it's quite similar to something I wore a couple of years ago. This is an ASOS design one and it's got like a low back and a tie. Really, really nice, but the boob area, my boobs were fitting in it. It doesn't look like it, but I have got quite big boobs. This was like sat perfectly and then these would fold away. And even if I'd have taped them down, I just think it wouldn't have looked very nice. Like the fit of it just wasn't perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna return these now. I have 2 bags, both with the Royal Mail returns label, but I literally like don't know which bag is for which dress and I don't want to get in trouble. I think I figured it out, so I'm taking the risk. Both done. I'm just gonna put a wash on. I hate laundry as a chore in general. I hate all chores actually, to be so real with you. But I hate laundry especially. I hate putting it out. I hate putting it away. Even though it stormed last night, it's like really not broken the mugginess and the humidity. It's still really fucking hot. Like I'm boiling, but it looks like the heavens are gonna open any second, so I don't really want to go out without a hoodie or like a layer. So I'm just gonna chuck this on, but I'm gonna have to get changed when I'm home because I'm like gonna be super sweaty. I can just tell. I've decided on what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. I'm not gonna get loads of ingredients. I'm gonna go get a garlic bread. I'm not gonna take you with me because the weather's bad. It's a Saturday and it's gonna be really boring. But this is the whole fit. I got back and had some lunch. I didn't eat on camera because I don't like doing that. I had some leftover food from last night. So we had Mexican style food last night, obviously not authentic because I don't know how to do that, but we had this like Mexican style rice and we had tuna and I made like a sweet corn salsa and I had leftover sweet corn salsa. So this morning I just mixed it with some crayfish that I had in the fridge. So it's not really ceviche, but it like had the flavours of ceviche. So I just mixed all that up and had it for lunch. And then when I was out, the post office was so quick, super nice. And I got a big bottle of water and some garlic bread because I love this water. But yeah, I've got a few bits that I want to do now. Let me show you. The sun has come out, so away goes my like cozy day. It's still cozy, it's just really fucking warm still. I've got to hang the washing up, let me just do that. Right, I've put the mini mic on. The mini mic's kind of annoying, I think, to flip between different levels of sound, but I always feel like whenever I record in my kitchen, there's like a weird ambient background noise. It's obviously from like all the white goods, so I feel really sensitive to it when I'm recording, because when I watch the footage back, you can like hear the buzz of the fridge, the buzz of the lights and appliances, and I just feel like with the mini mic, it deafens some of that a bit. Anyway, I want to do a few bits around the flat this afternoon. This wasn't supposed to be like a kitchen restock video, but I noticed yesterday that my stock bag is rather full and the stock in my freezer is running rather low. And I figured because it's kind of rainy, I did my meal planning for this week and there's a few things that I can use some veggie stock for, I would restock it. I've already done a video on this before. Sorry, I was cleaning up my counter while I talk. Basically keep a huge bag of veggie scraps in the freezer to like minimize waste. Probably like quarterly or half yearly, I make a big batch of veggie stock. So that's what we're going to do today. I thought, to be honest, it would be a good idea to do this now because it can just like simmer along in the background in the stove like while I'm doing my other bit. So yeah, this is incredibly full, so I'm going to pick and choose a few bits out of it. So in here, like you can see, I've got tops of tomatoes, like peppers, celery, parmesan rind in there, great thing to put in there, vegetarian parmesan, like the ends of leeks. I've got loads of like whole tomatoes in here. It basically just saves any veggies that are going on the turn, old bits of mushroom, carrot tops, loads of celery because I buy that every week, onion skins. Does mean your stock comes out a little bit different every time, but I think it's great. I think it's a great way to reduce waste, especially if you don't have compost. I should cut everything up a bit smaller, but I do also have a green bag for soup. So if you're going to do this, I wouldn't put in any deep green vegetables. So like no spinach, no broccoli, nothing like cruciferous. It will make your stock bitter. So like no asparagus stuff, no kales. I'm going to use about half the bag. I quite like a strong stock. Put another bit of tomato in there. Yeah. My stock pot isn't really big enough, if I'm completely honest, because I've like half filled that. Obviously everything will cook down, but it doesn't get me like that much liquid. So what I'm going to put in that as well, I have the ends of some dried shiitake mushrooms for like some more depth of flavour. 2 bay leaves in there, or maybe not that many, but some peppercorns. I put chilies in it last time, it was really good. If you had like a bouquet garni, that would be a really nice addition. Let's see what I have in the fridge that can go in. A big handful of dill, very sorry looking grated carrot that can go in. I am also going to add like quite a generous pinch of MSG. MSG being bad for you is a complete and utter myth, by the way, that's based in racism. So if you're worried about using MSG in your cooking, don't be. And a generous pinch of sea salt. What I'll do is I'll leave it at that. I wish I had like more mushroomy bits, but I also have miso in the fridge. So if I feel like it needs a bit more umami or like savouriness, I'll add that. But yeah, let's fill it up. I'm just gonna leave that like that. I'll probably pop the lid on it. This one's got quite a lot of mushrooms in it, so I'm excited. I'll bring it to the boil and then I'll let it simmer for a few hours. Right, so today what I wanted to do is add a bit more to this gallery wall of mine that's not really done anything since since I did it last, like a few months ago. I find it really overwhelming, if I'm honest, but shall we talk through some bits? I think the real disaster is I don't know where my wide angle lens is to show you properly, but I'm going to sit on the floor and show you what kind of prints and stuff I've got at the moment. So basically, since we got back from Japan, we've got loads of really nice artwork and things to hang up, and you know, we've had some gifts from friends. We bought a few more frames. We got this absolutely beautiful print from our friends. One of my friends, Ez, does like a lot of creative stuff and she does these flower prints. She sells them. I'll link her shop in case you want to buy any, but she made us this custom one, absolutely stunning, and it's made from cherry blossoms from Brighton that she picked. And it's got all of our like engagement dates and stuff. This was an engagement present and I just think it's really nice because we got engaged under the cherry blossoms in Japan. That was like the thing. So yeah, it's just like cherry blossoms from Brighton. So yeah, that was a gift that I want to get hung today. I've got this, which I hung in the last video. I've got a couple of prints that I want to put in frames. So when I got my most recent tattoo, which is covered up, I can't show you, this tattooist from Brighton called Lucy, Moody Cow Tattoo, was doing free tattoos for people with dead mums on Mother's Day. So I got one and it came with this lovely like package of prints. So I think I'm going to frame that in the yellow frame today, and then this probably in the black frame. I think that looks nice. There's just so much going on. I have this really nice birthday card that I got that I want to frame as well. So I think I'm going to put that in there. I bought this poster hanger from Dunelm, which to be fair, I don't think will fit anything we've got, but I think it's quite nice. You know, where you like clip the poster into the top and the bottom. That would fit nice with that actually. Would it? No, I think I'd need to paint it black. Anyway, so I've got that but nothing to put in it at the moment. I've got this one. I'm scared there's going to be a spider behind here, like real bad. I've got this one of my mum. It's very dusty that I did last time in the last video. This little mirror that I need to hang. I've also got two blank frames, but I know what I'm going to do with this one, so I'll show you. And then we've got a few things that we haven't got frames for yet, which is kind of disappointing. We bought this poster from a Studio Ghibli store, so it's like official, when we were in Japan. We absolutely love it. It's one of our favourite films, but because it's like a movie poster in a Japanese size format, we can't just like find a frame to buy for cheap online. So I'm gonna have to take it to a framing store when I get paid, which is fine, but it's just like framing is expensive, isn't it? So there's that one, which I can't hang today. And then I've got one more, which let me show you, which is massive. And I got this in an antique store, but I need to order a frame for that. But the size of this is slightly easier. I just think this is like the most romantic thing I've ever seen in the world. I think it's an old art piece or like photography piece. It's got the name down there, but I haven't researched it yet. But yeah, I got that for £10, I think. I've had this for ages. Again, I need to frame it. I think I'll start by putting everything I want into frames. I feel that's sensible. So I found another card. That was something I wanted to hang. That's a birthday card from Doug. I just really like it. I think cards is a really good way to like decorate your walls if you don't want to spend the money on prints as well. Like I always buy blank cards specifically for doing stuff like this. And there's already a card on my wall. Like it's a nice way to keep them. And yeah, I had another 2 cards that I'll show you. This was another card from Doug that I wanted to hang. It's another Moomin one. This was from my friend Ez. I just think it's so beautiful. So I would love to hang that in a tiny little frame. And then I wanted to hang this photo of me and my brother when I was a little baby, but I don't have any frames small enough for those. So I'm gonna put those to one side with my pile of stuff I need to put in frames and find frames for. And then what else? There's this, which you probably saw in my last video. This is a big bit of wall art that Doug did with all of his Supreme stickers that he's been collecting over the years. But the problem is this frame is really old and janky. Like we took it from his parents' house. The seal isn't very tight on the back. All of the stickers that he artfully arranged have all slipped down. So I need to rebuy a new frame and get him to redo it because it's too heavy to hang as well. Like it's not gonna work on command strips. What I'm gonna do is just have a little clean of some of these frames because they are old and dusty. So all that I have outstanding is that poster hanger, that one that I showed you. I don't have anything for that will fit in that today, but I'll buy something, I'll find something. I went into the charity shop earlier after the post office just to see what frames they had. They were all kind of expensive. I feel like a lot of charity shops now like know their worth, especially the ones in Brighton. And when I say know their worth, I mean they charge like through the roof because they know us Brighton girlies are looking, wanting, hunting. But I do think like increasing the price at charity shops does make it increasingly less affordable for those that actually need to access those prices. But then people buying up loads in charity shop, I don't know. It's a funny one, isn't it? It's hard. They need to make money, but also they're becoming less and less affordable in areas with lots of demand like Brighton and Hove. This yellow frame was from the charity shop actually. It was 75p. It's an IKEA one. It's because it's like really flimsy and plasticky and it's got loads of scratches, but I got a pink and a green as well. They had all of the colours. Do I want to hang this one? I have a lot of white frames here, so I don't know if I want to hang all of the white ones. ones, I feel like it's a bit boring looking against the wall. I need some more colours, but I just CBA to paint and sand a lot of these today, you know? I had like a project in my head for like painting some frames, and I just really don't think I want to do it today. And the weather's not nice, so they won't dry quickly. I'll just have to be careful with like how I space them out. Okay, those are the only ones that needed cleaning. I've been waiting to hang this for months. Can you believe that we've been in our flat like a year next weekend somehow, and we just still haven't done like fuck all to it? Obviously it's like a long old journey, and we had to buy everything from scratch, like because we lived at home with our parents, well, his parents. I just realised there's like never the right time to hang everything. Like you just always want to wait, don't you? You always want to wait till you've got something a bit better, till you've got something a bit newer, and nothing's ever going to get done if I keep doing it like that. Anyway, I'm going to go get my command hooks out and like sort them out into piles and throw away some of this rubbish. I'm taking a picture of each piece of art that I add to my wall today, because I want to make a TikTok. Just a little swipey thing of each thing I add. The only one I'm not gonna hang, but I'm gonna make a space for it, is the cherry blossom one. I only say that because I'm using the Velcro command hanging strips, and this is done on a really nice frame, so it's quite weighty. I would like to use a proper command hook because these aren't wide enough, and I'm scared it's gonna fall down and break. I just don't trust it. But I thought I had a proper command hook and I don't, but I think I'm gonna put this one like literally somewhere around here so I can make a bit of space for it. I find this so hard to do by myself. This to me is pleasing to the eye, but I wonder if it's too close together. But this to me is also pleasing to the eye. Basically, I have too many black frames. I know I should start with the biggest ones, but this I want to put up here, but I think it's too many black frames too close together, you know? And I don't know if like looking at the content, these are like visually similar. They're not really, but they're not completely different artwork styles. So I thought about putting this one like here, because that's kind of cool, and then maybe the cherry blossoms above it like this, and then we've got room for small things down the side, circle mirror in above that. I think that's the composition for me. I'm really hot already. Oh, I just realized you can barely see me. I really could have put money on the fact that I had like a hook one for the cherry blossoms, but maybe I'll just hang that another day. What did I say? Like there. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I think it might be time for a matcha soon. I'm kind of over this already, and I literally haven't even hung one thing yet. What, like that? Yeah. Oh God, I hope it's straight. It's somewhat straight. It's not the straightest work I've ever done, I'll tell you that. It's like, yeah, what I'm thinking is like that down the side could be like super cute, you know, like really close to the wall. It's a nice pop of red too. And this, if I wasn't so scared to hang it today, can go like that. Is that the right way up? Yeah, I hope it is. That can go like that, and that can probably go in there, although it might be too round for there. I'm sweating. I think it looks good. I just thought about exactly where I was going to put these, and now I've forgotten already. I think I remember. I've just had to go take some antihistamines because my hay fever is really bad at the moment. But what's even worse is that like when my hay fever gets bad, I get this like crazy like itchy eye. It like feels like I want to rip out my tear ducts. Like it's so uncomfortable, and obviously it's like way worse when I have makeup on. And I tend to get the worst hay fever when the weather's like close or rainy or like, you know, like low pressure, you know, when there's like a lot of pressure in the atmosphere. It's because there's been storms, but it's very annoying and very uncomfortable. I just checked on my stock and it's bubbling away. It's been bubbling away for a while. You're supposed to leave it like 1.5 to 2 hours, but I try leave it 3 if I can, like on a really low simmer, and then I'll leave it to cool. I just had a little taste and I'm pretty happy with the flavour. It's quite mild, so I might add some more salt and pepper in it at the end, but I think stock rather than broth is supposed to be like quite neutral. I've left the lid off to like try concentrate it down a little bit now, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it tastes. This is the Moomin one. I'm gonna make a matcha after this. The card's like shuffled around a bit, but I don't really care. No one will look that closely. Here I am. So I've just hung a few more bits. Scrabble cats, Moomin, tattoo print. I'm gonna put this one in over here, and I haven't quite figured out where to hang this one yet. But I could put it in there, but that's quite low and it's quite close to the other bits. Or I could put it in like here. I don't really want to put it in anywhere up here because we've got 2 sets of photo booth prints already. But I also might just leave it propped up here because that's where it was originally. Excuse my cup. until I find a better place for it. Quite pleased with how it's looking. I just need to get some bits for up the top, really. I did find some extra large command hooks. These are for things up to 7 kilograms, damage-free ones, and I thought about putting them on this, but I am just so scared this is going to smash because it was such a lovely gift and the edges are so thin. So I might just do it properly with a picture hanging thing. So I'm not really like a matcha person, but I bought some matcha when I was in Japan. Just some instant matcha. I didn't buy any of like the ceremonial grade or any of the stuff that you need like a proper ritual with, because I know there's a matcha shortage, and also I figured it was quite wasteful if I'm not like into the full matcha thing. I like a Blank Street matcha. I'm not really there yet with the more advanced flavours of matcha and like knowing the quality and stuff. I like a syrupy sweet drink. So I bought this, looks like cigarette packet, it's called Tobacco, and it's like sticks of matcha. You get 8 in there. So I figured it's quite a nice little souvenir, like a little entryway into trying matcha. So the instructions on the side say that you can mix it with a bottle of mineral water. You need like 350 to 500 mils of water. Or for hot drinks, you can mix it with 200 ml of hot water. So I'm going to do hot and then I'm going to put it on ice. And I know that sounds a bit silly, but I don't actually have like a bottle of water or like a vessel in which to shake it. So I'm going to do that and then put it on ice. And I made a syrup. I made a blueberry coffee and tea syrup, and I like a blueberry matcha, although this is very, very thick. So I'm going to do that. It says about 150 to 200 ml, so I'm going to do 200 ml. I might end up putting a little bit of milk in it, I'm unsure. I quite like just a matcha tea, which is obviously just matcha and hot water, but I do like a matcha latte. It's very green. That's what you hope for. I don't have a matcha whisk or anything like that. It is a beautiful deep green, which is very promising. Obviously colour is like a dead giveaway. I'm just going to top it with a little bit of milk. Just realised in the kitchen I had my mic clipped onto me the whole time and it wasn't on, so I'm really sorry about the fluctuation in sound. I think it's quite ugly, but I think it looks alright, and I definitely added too much milk. Yeah, too much milk. It's really nice, but it's a bit weak. My syrup's quite chunky as well. That looks awful. So I think I would make it with just straight milk next time and make it quite short and do less milk, because I like the strong flavour of the matcha, but obviously the ice has watered it down a lot in this. Interesting. My syrup's also lumpy because I blended it and pureed it instead of sifting out all the fibrous pulpy bits, but that's fine. I moved this plant because I felt like it wasn't getting enough light, which was silly of me, because I felt like it wasn't getting enough light because it didn't look like it was growing. And now, since I've moved it, I think it's got a little bit of like sunburn, you know, just like the adjustment burn, because it's got some brown tips, and I'm just gonna nip them off. And I feel bad now because I feel like I shouldn't have moved it, but now I also feel like I shouldn't move it back, like I should just give it some time to adjust. And if I'd have just left it alone in the first place, it all would have been fine. But apparently these are like notoriously hard to take care of. And I was doing a pretty good job just like leaving it. But alas, now I'm second guessing it. It's probably because I look at it a bit more now where it is. But anyway, it is putting out new leaves. The brown tips also might just be like nutrient burn because I fertilise them. And I'd never fertilise this one. There's a lot to worry about when you're a plant mum. And I'm pretty good. I'm pretty green thumbed. It is putting out new leaves and like a significant amount, so that's good. This is just one of those plants that always looks a bit like bedraggled as well. I've moved around some of the plants because I have a new one and it's going to stay in the front. Lovely beautiful fern here, even though there's not really space for it. Let me show you. Move that along there. They are just stacked up on books. She needs a nice pot, but I haven't got one for her. And then I've put my water propagated monstera like here. Annoyingly, this one like really leans, and this is like a walkway, this bit, so I don't want to knock them too much, so I'm putting it a little bit sideways. I think it's good for the plants to be near each other because it encourages a bit of competition, and I don't mean that in like a toxic way, but it's true because they start competing for resources, which is encouraging them to grow. They compete for like light, space, height, yeah, and it encourages them to grow. I need to tidy up this stack of books. But I've moved the variegated monstera because this also has a terrible lean. I need to tape it to its stake a little bit, but I get so scared. So I've moved that here when it was on top of here because it was getting like awfully crushed. And like you can see everything sticking out so much, but like we obviously walk through this area a lot, ignore all this. I'm trying to be like careful because like my worst nightmare is that we snap them. Obviously they're just leaning towards the light, but I think I'm gonna stake this a bit better now. So what you can see is it's way too small for this. this, but it's not time to repot yet. Monsteras like being super snug in their pots, like really root bound. And I've got no roots coming out the bottom yet. So I'm waiting, probably wait till the end of the summer to repot this, if not a bit longer. But because it's staked now, it also is like really heavy, like top heavy, so it falls over. She's literally like almost always tipping over. For whatever reason, I can't find my tape. I literally have no idea where it is. So I've used a hair clip to get that stem just a little bit closer. You shouldn't tape anything that's not the main stalk. Forgotten the name of the arms of the plant, but let's try repurpose this bit of tape, shall we? This is the newest leaf, this one up the top, and I'm so pleased with it because you can probably see this leaf around here didn't get enough light. It was back when it was in the corner over winter and my flat isn't very bright. So I decided to move it because when they don't get very much white on the leaves, that's when you know they're not getting enough light if you've got a variegated variety. So yeah, like uber chuffed that that leaf came out 50% white, and I can see the spike point for where another new leaf is going to come out of this stem. And I'm hoping it will come out soon because it's the summer now. A girl can pray. And it will be really white because the stem looks very white on this one. Okay, that's more sociable. What's annoying is you shouldn't really stake these bits. Those are the bits that are going all crazy. I can't really tell. I think this is the front of it. The back is where all the roots come out. So this is the back. Yeah, this is the back. Believe it or not, plants have a front and a back. That is much better. Wish everything would face the right way. You need to be that way, really. I feel like that needs to be higher. I don't want that to be on the ground, or do I? I feel like this needs to be even higher. More books, let's go find some. Yeah, I think that looks good as long as this doesn't come out too much, really. My problem is I do just have to leave them alone, don't I? But I just can't help it. Yeah, look, much better. My whole entire flat is like a mess, by the way. I haven't tidied up anything from doing all of the frames, and I haven't tidied up the kitchen from like making matcha or like doing stock or any of that stuff. Oh my God, is it 5:20? Are you fucking joking? I thought it was like 3 p.m. What's the time? It's fine, I read the clock wrong, it's 4:30. I can't water that fern out of a pot because it's on a pile of books. So I watered that like last week actually, so I think it'll be fine. Just water my ones in the corner too. I moved my peace lily from the sofa to the corner quite a while ago because my palm needed more light, and peace lilies are just so resilient. Like, she is just getting taller and spitting out more leaves, and they are facing the sun. Had a couple of new leaves that have come out, a bit funny, but they're still coming. Still like loads in there. She hasn't flowered yet this year. Fuck me, she just spits out new leaves like literally constantly. This was an IKEA one, it was £25 and it's absolutely huge. And then my fig leaf, which has spiders living in it, which scares me. Basically, I neglected it for ages by mistake and I had to pull loads of the leaves out because they all died. But she's put out a new one and she seems happy with her position. I won't put it outside yet. I think it's fine where it is, to be honest. And other than that, I'm running out of surface space for plants really, and my flat is quite low light, so I need to get some fake ones because I can't put a lot of them in. Or I need to get some low light ones. Stock, I've transferred it. I didn't film it because it's so messy. I basically strained everything through a muslin cloth into there. I had a separate bowl for like veggie pulp. Once I put everything in there through the muslin cloth, I got all the veggies and put them into the muslin cloth and then twisted out all the liquid because there was so much liquid in like the veggies pulp stuff. I probably got about like a couple of extra inches out the veggies, and this is still really warm, so I'm going to leave it to cool down completely till it's like stone cold, and then I'm going to put it in Ziploc bags. I'm going to just like measure out maybe like a cup at a time. I used to do it in like deli containers, but they take up loads of room in the freezer and also they take a lot longer to defrost, whereas if it's in a Ziploc bag you can literally leave it out for like an hour and it will turn into liquid, whereas when it's in a solid chunk in a deli container, that was something I learned last time, it takes ages to defrost. And obviously you can just do it on the pan, like it's not a big deal, like you can do it on the hob in a pan, but also it takes up more space in the freezer. So yeah, that's my stock. Looks really nice. It's not entirely clear because I'm pretty sure I accidentally put some potatoes in there, and when you put starchy vegetables in, it doesn't go clear. I'm just planning out the rest of my evening and I don't know whether I'm gonna, let me tell you about my options, read my book, play the Xbox, make my dinner at some point in that, I'm probably going to do both, if I'm completely honest. But I thought I'd just go through with you quickly what book I'm reading at the moment. I'm reading Death in Her Hands by Tessa Moshfegh. 149 pages in of a 260 page book. I really like Tessa's work mostly. It's been a bit hit and miss, but like her body of work and as an author, like I do enjoy her writing style. And this is about a woman, an older woman who is with her dog on a walk in the woods, and she comes across a note about a murder, what is seemingly about like a death or a murder. It's been like left there on purpose, and she becomes basically like really obsessed with Magda, the person who the note's written about, and she becomes like very obsessed in trying to figure out what the note is, like who's there, and it's spiraling into an obsession. Obviously I'm not like anywhere near the end yet, about halfway through. Girl, this is so fucking boring. It's like almost putting me in a slump. I was gonna DNF it, but I know a lot of Tessa Moshfegh's books are like slow burns. I think for me, this is literary fiction and it is just too character driven. This is a me problem as well. I know this has very mixed reviews. I've tried to not look at the reviews for the time being. Yeah, I am really not the kind of person for character driven fiction anyway. I struggle. It has to have a little bit of plot for me. I know a lot of people are like that. Absolutely fine. And I understand it's me, but I'm just finding it quite difficult to pick up and put down. Once I start reading it, I can get into it, but it's a lot of this internal monologue and narrative of, I've forgotten her name, the main character, like ruminating obsessively over who Magda could be, like how Magda could have died, the circumstances, and I think I'm getting a bit like fatigued of it. So yeah, I'm gonna persevere. I'll probably try to finish it tonight, but yeah, a little bit disappointing. I'm filming this and we're like not near the end of July yet, but it's near enough that I'm like, I need to get onto the next book quickly. Not quickly, but quick enough, you know? So I am tempted to pick up something different this evening just to kind of like boost me up. Or should I continue with this? I never know. I do like having 2 books on the go, but I find I often just like avoid the book that I don't want to read, and sometimes it's better to just persevere. The font's not very big in this as well, so it's quite easy. I know I always encourage people to DNF books, but also I don't want to DNF a book when I've put this much into it already. Anyway, that's kind of my plans for the evening. I think I'm gonna log off for the evening. I feel a bit bad because I usually don't finish vlogs this early, but it is nearly 7 o'clock. And yeah, I just want to be off the camera for a bit. I think we've had a good day. We spent a good day together. I did a really, really big tidy on just like a pickup of stuff. It wasn't like a clean, you know, just like tidying up mess. Tomorrow for me is Sunday and I'm gonna work all day tomorrow, editing, filming, etc. I want to log off and enjoy my evening, I think. The gallery wall is looking good, although it doesn't look like I've done much to it, and I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to it. I put the little round mirror up, but it fell off the wall, so I'm gonna have to nail it up there, and I've ordered some little hooks to put up the cherry blossoms. But yeah, thanks so much for spending the day with me today, the afternoon as it were. It's just fun to like potter around and stay indoors sometimes, and it's looking like it's gonna rain again this evening, even though it's been roasting hot all day. It was like torrentially storming this morning. If you liked today's video, I'd love it if you just like dropped a little like, or you know, a subscribe if you're new and you want to see the rest of my content. All my socials are in the description box as well if there's anything else you want to see. I post quite different content across all of my platforms. My upload schedule is every Sunday and every other Wednesday. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.